What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to show you how to install your quick release hub on a R34 Skyline. This one specifically is a 99 and it is a GTT. It does have the four-wheel steer, which is also known as the Hikes, so you do need to order the special hub for it, so make sure you do get the correct one. They do come with different hubs for the R34, as you can see right here. I don't know if you guys read that, 09 to 04, the non-Hikes, which is the 140H. We are not using the 140H, we are using the 145H, which shows up as an S15 or S14. But once again, that is specifically because it has the Hikes, and there is a clock spring back here, which the hub slides into. You're not removing the clock spring. There are options to remove the clock spring, but obviously I don't want to remove this clock spring simply because I don't want the light on the dash, and I don't want to have to remove the dash or the cluster to replace the bulb and so on and so forth. That being said, so you got the steering wheel installed. You'll have two screws on each side. Let me get a light. You'll have one right there and then one on the other side. Those screws will have coverings on them. Simply just, it has this little tab here. Simply just stick a flathead screwdriver in there and pop that off. It will have these security screws in there. I used vice grips to get it off because I did not have a T30 security socket. The security socket just has a, the center of it is hollow, so you could slide over that. It is possible to use, once again, with the vice grips because I was able to do it. But if you can't do it with the vice grips, you will need the socket. Once you get that off, the steering wheel will be loose, but you see I cannot pull it off all the way. That is because this connector here is still connected to the housing. You got to pull this tab back, slide it down, and then that'll be free. And then you pull this off all the way. That being said, once that is good, you can see, because I'm having difficulties taking it off, you'll have the centerpiece down there, which will have a 19 nut on it. You'll break that nut loose. Once that nut is loose and removed, this will be a little bit stiff on the shaft, so you'll shake it back and forth, hit it a few times, and it will eventually come loose. When it does come loose, you'll simply just slide it off. Once that is off, you'll take your hub, you'll slide it on. There are indents on the hub with dots. There are 3 dots. There is one spot that has an opening on the side of the hub. You'll take the harness from the clock spring, slide it through, and then mount the hub. There will be a little line on the shaft itself that shows you the center of the steering wheel, where the center of the steering wheel should be. That should line up with one of the dots on the hub. That way you can center the steering wheel. Just like this. See, it is centered. That being said, once you get that on, you'll put that nut back on, tighten that down, and then you'll have two clips, one for the airbag and one for the horn. With the airbag, you'll simply take your harness. Don't mind my heater. I just dumped all that out. Idiot. So there will be a harness in the kit that has a fuse attached to it. Oh, didn't even need to do it because it's right here. It'll look something like this. You will have different types, but it doesn't have the connector on it. It's just the it'll just be the wires, which you will plug directly into the harness on there. The connector is yellow, so you know it's for the airbag. Then the second connector will either be black or white. You will match one of the connectors with that connector by color. So I had a black connector, so I took the only black connector we had in there, plugged it in there. On the back of this hub, not the main hub, the hub for the steering wheel stuff for the quick release, there is 2 connectors on the back of it. You will simply, you cannot mess it up because they only go on one way. You will connect each one to each of the connectors behind here. It's very simple. Once you get that on and this is centered, you'll set up your steering wheel, same way. So once you have the steering wheel centered, the best way to know if you did it correctly, use your horn, which obviously works. And then you can also start it up to make sure your HICUS light as well as your airbag light are not on. Airbag light is out. HICUS light is also out. You can remove it. Nothing's going to happen. See, airbag light is out. There you go. Move it again. See? You aren't going to get an airbag light because you have that one connector that is pinned into the yellow connector for the airbag, and then these two are simply just for the horn, obviously, because there's no airbag. And then also to make note is this, with that one piece that I mentioned before, with this piece, it is personal preference. I like the cleaner look without it. As you can see, I did scratch up the side of it by trying to install that, simply because I thought it needed to be installed to hold this down. That is not true. So they come with a little ring. Let's see if I can actually get it out. So it comes with a little ring, and you slide it. Once you have the hub attached to the steering wheel, you'll slide that ring in. When you slide that ring in, it's basically a locking ring for this horn button, because the horn button can be removed. Once you have that ring slid in there, you'll take this. Well, first you'll screw the hub to the steering wheel. You'll screw in all the screws. Then you'll have that ring. You'll slide the ring in. Once you have that ring slid in, you'll take the horn, you'll center it, and then you'll push the horn down in all the way. And then that's it. And it gives you that clean look with the black screws. Or if you like the chrome look with these screws, which I'm not a fan of because I like the black, you don't need that. You will need to use those with that. These are not needed. These are for using the grounds to assist with the horn, but being that the hub comes with that, that is not needed. As you can see, the light is still off. Still off. You can lower the steering wheel, lift it up. Works fantastic. The steering wheel in size, I think, is a little bit smaller. Actually, it definitely is smaller than the stock one by a significant amount, as you can see, which I am a huge fan of. But other than that, I mean, everything is pretty straightforward, like I mentioned. There are other videos that are a little more in-depth with the install, but I figured I'd just come on here and give you guys a quick update. But other than that, just want to thank you again for checking out the channel, checking out the video. If you like what you saw, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. I will be putting out more content with this vehicle. But other than that, take care, have a good day, rest of your day. Later.